Man, I don't think I ever would have found myself talking about the Galagun Vegeta and the Tech Kaioken Goku, but hey, here I am. So, Tech Kaioken Goku and the physical Galagun Vegeta both get their awakenings during the 4th year anniversary, and I think that these two are obviously not meant for Battle Road, because they are both stacking units, and stacking units inside Battle Road are not particularly the most impressive unless you're doing a lot with your stacking anyways to back it up and make it look much more presentable. Now, when the Legendary Goku event does come out in May of 2019, I think both these units are both impressive in there because they're both stacking units, but more so Vegeta is someone you want to look at because Vegeta does gain additional attack and going up against a Goku's family category character, which shouldn't really matter too much. But the thing is that matters the most is the fact that this unit stacks attack and defense in there and could start out with 6 key and 60% defense when you fall below that 60% HP threshold. Now going on over to Goku, I think Goku being tech is a little bit wonky because you gotta be very, very careful when running this guy inside the Legendary Goku event because if he gets tagged by a super attack from UI Goku, you're dead. So Goku could be a little bit iffy if he did not get enough super attacks in. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Deb back with another one of these Dokkan battle videos. Today we're going to talk about the Tech Kaioken Goku and the physical Gallic Gun Vegeta. So I think both of them are essentially the same unit. They both come out during the 4th year anniversary as their awakenings, of course. And both these guys, well, technically they're both SSRs at the start. So these two units both got their release on the 3rd year anniversary. And they both get the awakenings during the 4th year anniversary. Okay, so that's completely fine. So both these guys around the Battle Road meta, pre-easy of course, are not particularly that impressive because these two are essentially awakened and catered for the Legendary Goku event that comes out in May of 2019. So these guys, I'm just going to skip right over the Super Battle Road meta thing because they are not performing well in Battle Road whatsoever because this is particularly all they have. And inside Battle Road, you want like extreme offense with good defense, or you're doing status procs. And these guys are doing neither of these things. So these guys during the Legendary Goku event, I think both of them are actually quite good because they're both stackers that can gain additional key in attack or additional key in defense when they fall below their HP threshold, as well as them gaining an attack and defensive buff on super attack. Now, one thing I do want to complain about this unit with is the fact that these two units do not start out with the attack and defensive buff, which is very, very important for a stacking unit. If you don't start out with an attack and defensive buff or a defensive buff as a whole, then stacking your defense is going to be very, very slow. That is the reason why in Goku Black is complete trash, because in Goku Black, I hit the spacebar. Because in Goku Black does not start out with an attack and defensive buff or a defensive buff whatsoever. It is super important for a unit to start out with an attack and defensive buff so they can build off of that. And this guy does not start out with an attack and defensive buff as well as the base form Vegeta. Now they're going to go ahead and start out with a defensive buff for Vegeta and an offensive buff for Goku so they can build up off of it. But the case is that starting out with it unrestricted is very important because both of their attack and defensive buffs and key are restricted below 60% or less HP, which is definitely something that you could get off in the Legendary Goku event, but still, it is something that is very, very important. So both of them for the Legendary Goku event pre-EZA are good options. I want to go ahead and point on over to base Vegeta's link set. It's like this is a standard Gallic Gun base Vegeta link set because he has Saiyan Bride, Prodigies, Royal Lineage, Saiyan Warrior Race, and over 9,000. But I would argue that his link set is not really that good because if you look at his best linking partners, it's like... Really? The Budoten Vegeta? And it's like this Vegeta exchanges with Nappa? Like, no, 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 no. It's like this guy's best linking partners are not impressive at all. And if we take a look at Kaioken Goku's best linking partners are easily much more better. The Goku and Gohan post EZA are a pretty solid unit. Version Z Goku, pretty solid. And going down, this support type Gohan, pretty solid. This STR Ultimate Gohan, pretty solid. STR Dynamic Goku, solid. It's like he does have solid / good linking partners, no? So Goku definitely has the upper hand in terms of linking partners because he does have shocking speed over in the Flash and the Saiyan lineage. The Saiyan lineage being very, very important, but of course, one of his best linking partners being this guy's definitely nice. And at link level 10, that is 40% attack, 30% defense, and 4 key. But yeah, that would be the thing about this Vegeta I don't particularly like. So this link set is not really the absolute craziest, and I feel like this Goku's is definitely much more better. If this guy had Prepare for Battle, Shocking Speed, and Over in the Flash, so of course, They're both still essentially the same unit post EZA. The only difference is the fact that this guy gains defense when going up against a Vegeta's family category enemy, and then this guy gains attack when going up against a Goku's family category enemy, and then he gains crit chance per physical key spear obtained up to 30%, and then he gains crit chance per tech key spear up to 30%. So really, these two are not really that different. Now, for the Legendary GT Goku event, this guy can work in there. Although, when you get to that Giant 8 phase, you got to be very, very careful because he can get completely smoked by that Giant phase, no matter how much defense he stacked up for that. And for the Legendary Vegeta event, this guy can be completely destroyed by this Tech Hawk and Goku. But again, you got to be very careful with this Int Vegeta over here because he can completely smoke this guy if he does not have enough stacks. Now, what is good about both these guys is the fact that they are stacking units pre and post EZA that can both work relatively well inside long events. So, where you could use these guys to get specific missions done, they can be very, very helpful. They both start out with Ki at the start of each turn, which is practically infinite because there is no hold to this, right? They gain 1 Ki at the start of each turn for both their cards. Goku starts out with defense for Vegeta's family category character, which is way more important. And Vegeta starts out with attack when going against Goku's family category character, which is really meh. They both gain 100% attack if forming a super attack, and one gains a 7 Ki and 70% attack when their HP is 70% or less, and one gains a 7 Ki and 7% defense when HP is 70% or less. That's a lot of 7s. 7, 70, and 70. And then they both gain a chance to form a crit provided you get the amount of key spears allotted. So I think that both of them are particularly useful for where they got their awakenings. For pre-EZA, they both were useful for the Legendary Goku event, and post-EZA, they were helpful for getting missions done for specific missions for the GT Legendary Goku event and the Legendary Vegeta event. But I think that is it with both these guys. What's bad about these guys, I will say, the only thing is that they both don't start out with the attack and defensive buff to build up off of. That's it. Well, technically, they do. But the thing is that it's restricted. They both do not start out with a unrestricted attack and defensive buff. That is the only issue I have with this unit. I don't have an issue with them not having no status box in their passive. I don't have an issue with them having a strong defensive option in their passive, that being guard or damage reduction. I don't have an issue with them not being a support type unit. Who cares? Dokkan is going to go ahead and make niche units like this that are meant for one area only, and that is completely fine by me. So I think that is all that needs to be said about the Galagun Vegeta and the Kaioken Goku. They're both long event units from the pre-EZA to the post-EZA. They're both good. I think both of them are good. I think that Vegeta's Link set is slightly worse than Goku's, although Prepare for Battle will probably carry this guy further. But the same lineage shock and speed over in the Flash is something I definitely cannot overlook. He also has Kamehameha and All in the Family, so I think his Link set is way better than Vegeta's, for sure. But I think that's all about it. I appreciate you guys for watching. You guys are the best. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.